Good win. It's a slow start to say the least, but settled in and played good basketball. And I think I said to our guys, especially about Georgia, coming in losing 10, they had the same opportunity at home against Auburn to win the game when Auburn was number one, maybe 1 or 2 point game. So they're good enough. Just sometimes those losses start to add up, and you lose confidence, you start to doubt. And I think with young minds, you start reading certain things, and it's a tough thing to deal with. Because like I told Coach, I like their team. I'm just glad we're on the winning side of it. Yeah.
Questions?
Cuonzo, when you get in that big a hole to start, I mean, what are you telling the guys when it's 18-4, but it's so early?
Well, the same thing I always say, settle in. One, maintain your composure. Where's your competitive spirit, you know? And then you got to commit to your teammates, because when you remove yourself from the situation, and my college coach taught me that, play for your team. So you say you got to commit to your teammates. So that's something bigger than me. You just settle in, but I don't get overly concerned when you're like that, because I've been in these situations as a player, and I've been in them as a coach. Settle down. Let's focus on the task at hand, one possession at a time, and we'll be okay. Because it's really just, it's amazing when you're able to take the scouting report to the floor, and that's a tremendous amount of focus and maturity. And sometimes that means I never get a shot, but I got to be able to defend, rebound, and play hard. But the most important team is the most important thing when you're playing this sport, this university, is the name on the front of the jersey, and you have to understand that. And if you're able to do that, and you remove yourself from every situation, you got a chance to be successful. That's it.
Coach, is that sense of relief winning this game, last place?
For them?
For
the players?
For you and the players, yeah, absolutely.
I try to win in everything I do. I try to win. And I'm not big on cliches and quotes and saying all that. Even in a loss, I'm winning because I learned from it, and I'm writing a tremendous book. Because it'll be a bestseller when it's all said and done. So whatever that is, that's what it is. That's my assignment. I embrace it. I learn from it, because you're still teaching young men. You're raising young men. And that's it. But for me, it just as a competitor, I'm trying to win every game and anything I do when it comes to the sport. We lose, that doesn't mean I'm trying to win. But I maintain a level of composure so I don't look like a wild animal after a loss, because there's still young men that you're raising. Yeah.
Cuonzo, outscoring them 49-30 in the second half. What impressed you most about the way they rallied out of the break?
Well, I've seen them do that. They have that in them. It's just a consistency, and I think that's what makes average, good, and great teams. You have a level of consistency, level of focus, determination, every possession down, because it's easier said than done, every possession down. When you have young minds, I mean that respectfully, to be able to do it every possession, to get a defensive stop, to know my assignment, every possession down, and you have to grow into that. But I'm happy for them. They got to win. But I've been happy. Not happy about a loss, but I've been happy in a loss because I've seen growth. Look at Trevor Brazile from the time he started to where he is now. I know all of you. I don't read any papers or anything like that. So if you're saying certain things about it, I hadn't read it. But did you write about that play Trevor Brazile made when he fell down at South Carolina? Got it up. You write about that? That's an elite level play for a young guy. We didn't think he was going to play today. He had his hand, his elbow bandaged up from that play, but he was playing. Those are the things that make me proud.
Coach, and I noticed he was on the floor there at the end. How big is that for him as far as his progression and getting better?
Oh, it's great. It's great. He's a high level talent. I think he's starting to realize it's just the plays he's making. Again, we get so consumed because right now you don't win. Everything's now. You just look at him from the time he started, and you look at his numbers. Like he's probably averaging 2 or 3 rebounds. He's probably 5+ in the conference play. He's in the top 20. Javon Pickett went from not scoring the ball. I think he's in the top 15 in conference scoring. Javon is top 5 or 6 in conference field goal percentage. Those are the things that we have to write about. It's easy to write about a loss, and can you let it pile up? And I know you got to get people that click on it when you say certain things that they like to hear, because nobody like to hear about good stuff. That's just our world. So it's hard to write about a guy like Javon Pickett, who nobody probably thought he can be an engineering student, but he's an engineering student. But that doesn't sell. Those are the things I like hearing about. But again, I don't read it, so I know y'all write that stuff anyway. I don't read it, but go ahead.
Cuonzo, speaking of Javon, it seemed like a lot of his points came when Kobe had to go to the bench with fouls. What did you think of just the way he played tonight? Kind of willed you guys to a lot of possession?
Tough. I mean, but the thing that makes Javon good is how he was raised, and not saying anything disrespectful about any other guy's parents, but I know his parents. I grew up with his uncle, so I know what he has in him, and I know what's said to him when he's at home, and he understands it. He understands how hard every time down, the focus level, being accountable, being a team leader, taking care of business on and off the floor. He understands all that. I'm happy for him. I really am. I'm hopeful he can make second team all conference, because if you look at the numbers, just look at it. And always, when I vote, I do the vote. I don't let anybody do the voting for me. I do the voting because I think you owe the players in this league that much respect as a coach, and not allow your director, officer, somebody else, you fill it out. You fill it out, and you take time to fill it out, because these young men put the work in. I'd be shocked if he's not a second team all-league guy. When you look at the numbers, just as a side note, was it Saban Lee? Was it Saban Lee that played at Vanderbilt?
Yeah.
They won 2 or 3 games. He's a first or second team all-league guy. So.
Cuonzo, you referenced the players maybe having wavering confidence at times during this year. I mean, have you been through enough that your belief never wavers, or is this kind of a year hard on you too?
It's hard on me as a competitor. But all the other stuff is not hard on me because, again, even if you're talking about my future, I know who holds my future. So that's the difference. That's the difference. I think in society we tend to lose sight of that part. Because one thing that can't happen, only thing you can do to hurt me in life, because it's life. I talk to our guys about everything, is if you take my wife from me, if you take my children from me. Now that's pain. This is what we do. This is what I do. So did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, then given all that, I'll just offer you the opportunity. It obviously doesn't break you up either way, but do you expect to be back here next year?
What I do expect is I expect to get up tomorrow and, go to church. Of course, I count my blessings. I don't worry about that. I don't worry about that. I don't. Go ahead.
When you talk about playing for the name for New Jersey, how much does Javon embody that sentiment?
Oh, he does a great deal. He represents this university at a high level. He should be proud of it. I mean, our alum, our donors should be fighting to get him to work for their companies when he decided to quit playing. He's a high-level young man. I'm just happy for him. He's one of those guys I don't have to worry about when it's all said and done. Though you worry about him like they're your children, but he's one I never have to worry about.
We've seen him multiple times come out and get shots after games and that kind of stuff. The amount of work that he puts in. What does he mean to this program right now?
It means everything. I mean, he's a guy just like Drew Smith, Cassius Roberts, those type guys. Like, man, that guy right there, Kevin Perry, is a very successful businessman. So those are the guys, man. Again, Michael Porter's blessed with a gift. I mean, those guys come along once in a lifetime, high-level talent. But when you're talking about guys that can get in that corporate world and be very successful and represent this university at a high level, so I think our alums and our donors need to understand those guys, they need opportunities. Because the other thing I think oftentimes we don't realize, they go in the same classrooms that every other student go into. And we think because they're on scholarship, they're lazy or they're supposed to get this. No, it's hard work. That's 4+ hours out of the day. 4+ hours of working on their craft to be the best they can be. And they still got to go to class. You got to do all that, man. And we don't give out grades around here. You have to earn everything you get. Study table on Sundays, they don't like it, but I study, even Super Bowl Sunday, we're going to study table. We got to get it done. And because that's what you're supposed to do.
Cuonzo, carrying momentum over from wins has been kind of an issue this season. How do you use today to enter the SEC tournament with some momentum?
Man, I think everything, just like my life, is a boxing match. You're going to win a few rounds, you're going to lose a few rounds. That's what it is. It's a high-level focus, preparation. It's a fight. That's what it is. Those games are normal, especially those first games. They're normally sloppy because everybody's just trying to get a feel for you, feel for the Rams, the arena, all of that. You just got to go out there and play. That's it.
Take one more question.
Cuonzo, Boogie hit some crucial threes down the stretch in the second half and the comeback effort. Can you just talk a little bit about what that kind of brought to the team and kind of his performance overall?
"38 minutes. I thought he was solid in the second half. I mean, that first half, ooh. So I thought he was solid in that second half. I mean, he's a good player, but you also have to, as a coach, your job is to put your team in position to be successful. And he's not a true point guard. So, coach, you have to take ownership for some of that, wherever he struggles at that position. So I'm okay with that. But what I asked him to do is play with supreme effort. That's what I want from him. It's not turnovers happen. He'll get better than that. But don't lack effort, focus, and his approach to the game. That's what I'm on him about.
You mentioned point guard play, and in SEC, there are some high-level point guards everywhere from Auburn on down. Is that something you're going to address in the offseason, Coach?
You got one for me?
I wish.
Oh no, certainly you have to. And we have some. We just got to. You have to continue to get better. You have to continue to get better, meaning within your program, your skill level, and all. You got to get better there, and then you have to obviously recruit to be better. This is a high level conference. Yes.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.